Gemini, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-September 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Geminis. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's see what we got. My guides, talk to me. What do we got for Gemini? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Gemini, please, and thank you. Okay, yeah, the deck is being a little jumpy. I want to talk to you already, so this should be an interesting one. What's going on? There it is, real quick. Okay, so this is a big card about the future focus. You might be planning things or looking towards the horizon. That's a big thing with this card. It's a lot of beautiful energy here about optimism in the future, or even lack thereof for some individuals. But we'll talk about it before we do. If you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card. So if you look at the imagery here, we see this beautiful woman wearing that dark blue dress. She is on the beach with the waters coming in. She is looking out on the horizon. And notice there's these objects all up in the sky. To me, symbolically, that might represent milestones or certain events that are still yet to come, but notice that they have rainbows coming out of them, so it's about positivity. So for some of you, it might just simply be a future focus, where you're like, okay, what do I got coming up in the next few weeks, next few months, next few years? For some of you, you might be setting goals, making lists, like, all right, this is my plan, this is where I want to go, this is what I want to do. And it could be very optimistic. This could just be spirit telling you, like, hey, the next cycles you're moving into, the future looks bright. Even if it doesn't feel like it right now, the things that are coming down the pipeline look very good in the energy at the very least. Okay, so hopefully a lot of Geminis are looking towards the future with a beautiful sense of positivity and optimism. But maybe some of you, maybe you're a little skeptical about the future or how something's going to turn out. That could really be it with this card as well. But nonetheless, it is a future focus, but we're just going to leave it over there. Let's get into tarot. And I always say the first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get that intuitive juiciness flowing. So shuffle it up here one time for the lovely Geminis. And while we do, let's talk about last week's reading, because to me, it was super intriguing. Out of the whole zodiac, yours was very no nonsense. I would say that. It was titled, It's Game Over. Okay, and it was a hard stance type of energy, especially for a Gemini reading. And the vibe I was picking up, there might be certain situations or certain things where you're just like, okay, I've made my mind up about this, or I'm not going to entertain this anymore. It was very like, put my foot in the ground. It is what it is. Okay, so you might be closing certain cycles out where you're just deciding things. Okay, to end things, to continue things, it's really up to you. But it was very much no games, no nonsense last week. Like very strict in the ways, strict in the energy. So we're going to see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So when we take this out, it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Maybe there was someone you're connected to that was being very strict. But let's see what we got going this week. Let's get 3 out for Gemini. Guides, thank you. Position number, all right. 3 of Swords. We're starting off with a card that can indicate a little bit of pain here, and we're gonna have to talk about it. Okay, once again, doesn't have to be you, it could be somebody else. You've seen that card a few times, I'm sure, if you watch tarot. Nothing to freak out about. Okay, now we have some positivity. We got the 4 of Wands right next to it. We got some stability. Love it. Let's get one more. Really start to build this picture out. What we got for Gemini? Thank you. All right, 5 of Pentacles on the back end. So this is the epitome of a mixed bag type of reading, Gemini. Okay, so if this isn't your energy, there might be someone you're connected to that's really going through it in a way or two. But let's go through one by one. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first glance, I look down at this spread. Obviously, the first thing I notice is we have different suits. We got air, we got fire, we got earth. So these could represent different areas of life. I always say it when we get mixed elementals. So we'll see when we clarify if other elements like really show prominence here. Or it could just be different aspects of the same situation. But let's just go through one by one, because there's a lot of depth in these cards, and all cards have positives and challenges. Position number 1, we got the Three of Swords. As I always say with this card, it could represent someone going through it, a little bit of pain. This card, to me, I always say that it's on a spectrum when we have the Three of Swords. It could be something as minor as somebody being a little bit glum, being a little down in the dumps, like, I just don't feel like myself type of energy. Or this could be something as major as full-on heartbreak and pain. You've seen this card a bunch, I'm sure. You always see it everywhere. This is the most iconic tarot card, in my opinion, because you see it on shirts, you see it on posters, you see it in movies, it's everywhere. But it's not the nicest energy that we want to contend with. You see the Three Swords cutting through the heart. So this could be someone really going through one, and we're going to have to really see what this situation could be representing when we have the Three of Swords leading us off. However, we get to the center, and it's kind of like we have an up, down, up, down, up, down type of energy, or down, up, down. We have the Four of Wands here. One of the most beautiful energies in the whole entire tarot deck, the 1111 card, the signs from Spirit. So for some Geminis, maybe Spirit's trying to talk to you. Maybe Spirit's trying to commune with you. Powerful omens could really be in play for a lot of Geminis. Are you seeing them now? Are they coming through dreams? Are they synchronicities and happenstances and number signs? All that stuff could be represented with this card. Now, what else do we think about with the Four of Wands? It's very stable. This could represent the home. This could represent the family. I always think of celebrations and parties with this card. So these could be people living it up, celebrating, partying about something. Could that be linked in with all this other stuff? Maybe. It really depends on what the clarifier is. But it could just be a focus on those things. All fours are generally super stable. So maybe some of you are finding some stability in this time. But another thing I'm feeling on the back end, especially since we're leading into this Five of Pentacles, there could be somebody that is feeling a sense of isolation or loneliness, because the Four of Wands to me is a card of groups, of get-togethers, of people celebrating together, or the family unit. When we get to the back end here, we got the Five of Pentacles. Now, first and foremost, this could be a warning about monetary things. Make sure you're budgeting properly, you're not overspending. This could be someone having big issues with work. Five of Pentacles to me could represent a lot of different things. Now, this could be somebody that's feeling abandoned. This could be somebody feeling disconnected from a group, like it's me versus the world, I'm out here alone. Loneliness, like I said, isolation, withdrawn, solitude type of energy, similar to the Hermit in a sense. So the way this is all playing here, there might be certain situations that are a little tough that either you or somebody you're connected to could be dealing with. The Five of Pentacles does have a positive. Sometimes this could represent somebody really going on a quest of their own, saying, you know what, I'm not going to take the simple route, I'm not going to take the easy route or the safe route. I'm going to do what I have to do, whether it's positive or whether it's not. I'm going to go on this journey. So that's a positive way we could view this card, like somebody just shoving off and doing what they got to do. But there's so many different subtle energies we got going on here, Gemini, that I really want to dive deeper on it all. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here. And while we prepare the deck, I just want to let everybody know that I just recently opened up channel memberships here on the Kyle of Cups channel. So if you're interested in the support tiers or anything like that, got a ton of goodies, please click the join button if you see it, or check down in the description or comments. There should be a link, okay? No pressure, but let's get into this. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's get in on that Three of Swords. And the deck is jumping again. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Gemini, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, let's go in on that Three of Swords. Why is it here for my friends? Thank you. Two of Swords, I don't like it. Something may have happened where it's like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't understand their motives. Why? Like, why? Why did this have to happen, or why did it happen? There's a lot of confusion here. Two of Swords in the upright under the Three of Swords. Unfortunately, these are energies that do kind of coincide with each other, and they work like peanut butter and jelly, but not in the most positive way. Now, the Two of Swords to me could just represent the unknown, the unexpected. But when it's linked up with this Three of Swords, there might be certain serious situations you're going through right now where something about the logic of it just doesn't make sense, or something about somebody's actions, it just doesn't make sense. It's like, where did this come from? Or how did I not see it? Like, that's the vibe I'm picking up here in the front end. Obviously, this doesn't have to be you, but there is somebody in a state of confusion and pain here, okay, right in the front end. And once again, just to remind all of you, like, this could be on a spectrum. This could be something very minor, but this could also be something serious. That's why I said, like, especially with the Five of Pentacles on the back end, there could be certain individuals you're connected to, or even yourself. There might be serious situations you're going through and contending with in this time. And that's part of the journey of life. It is. I don't necessarily feel like this is an unexpected or surprising pain or heartbreak. To me, there's just more confusion attached to it. Like, whether it's like, how did I not see it? Like, it doesn't make sense. There's something about it that doesn't quite make sense. So let's keep moving. I'm not going to get hung up here. It is what it is. Obviously, only take it if it hits, because we still have a lot to go. We have this action. We have the Five of Pentacles on the back end. Let's see if we could get some resolution to these types of energies. So why is that Four of Wands here for Gemini? Please and thank you. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. We got double fours right down the center, my friends. We got the Four of Swords in the upright underneath this Four of Wands. So once again, just like I said, Spirit could really be trying to guide you or give you a lot of signs and synchronicities, just like I said with this Four card, because we got the repeating fours right in the center. Now, the Four of Swords could generally be a card of rest, taking a break, calming it down. For some of you, you might really need to do that in some form or fashion, either like take a vacation, take a break, take a rest, to heal yourself in some sort of way. That could be highly important for a lot of Geminis in this time when we have this. Take some time for self-love and self-care. However, another intuitive vibe I'm picking up here in the center, aside from the omens and what I just said about self-love, is with the Four of Wands, Four of Swords, this is somebody that's like, all right, why does it have to be this way? Why does it always have to be something? Why does it always have to be hectic? Why can't things just be chill? Why can't it just be calm? Like, does there always have to be something? Like, that's a vibe I'm picking up. Once again, obviously it doesn't have to be you, but this is somebody that's like yearning for some calm. They're yearning for some like downtime. So do with that what you will. We're going to keep moving. Interesting stuff. Let's see why that Five of Pentacles is here. Then we'll do a quick recap through the spread before we get into the shadow card. So why is that Five of Pentacles here? Once again, with what we got going on there in the front with the Three of Swords, Two of Swords, this could be somebody going through some serious situation. Okay, they're going through it. But let's see why that Five of Pentacles is here. Thank you. Ah, man. Ten of Pentacles in the upright. Somebody is either missing someone tons, or missing something a ton, or this is a person saying, I'm going to go on a quest for my happiness. I'm really seeing that here, because the Ten of Pentacles, once again, is another card that represents the family, the home. It's a happy ending. It's having everything you want, everything you need. We love the Ten of Pentacles energy around here. But underneath the Five of Pentacles, either someone is going to chase this energy down, go on that quest for that, even if it's uncomfortable at the moment. But like I said, there is somebody who is yearning and missing in a very, very deep way, whether it's the way things used to be, whether it's a particular person. It's like, I had this, I don't have it anymore. Like, that's just the vibe I'm picking up here on the back end. Watch out for issues between the family as well, because we have two big cards that could represent the home and family. Just watch out for things like that. Let's go through and do a quick recap here, Gemini. Super interesting. Half the spread is swords, so there's a lot of mental action. We got fire and earth, but one by one before we get to the shadow card. Position number one, we have the Three of Swords clarified by the Two of Swords in the upright. Something might not make sense, whether it's someone's motives or actions or a situation in general. It's like how, why, how did I not see this? Like, those are the types of things that's making me feel there's some confusion attached to this pain. Aside from that, I don't feel like it's an unexpected thing completely, but there's just confusion or just not seeing the logic behind it right here in the front. So with what we have in the front and on the back, watch out. There could be various serious situations you could be contending with in this time, or someone you're connected to. Now, in the center, we have the Four of Wands with the Four of Swords in the upright. Big number signs, synchronicities. Watch out for the powerful omens from Spirit. Could be trying to warn you or guide you. But to me, this is mainly an alignment of self-love and self-care, where someone needs to take care of themselves and do what's right for themselves right here in the center, whether it's a vacation or a break or just doing things right. But I am getting that yearning of someone saying like, damn, like, does it always have to be something? Like, can it just be calm? Can it just be chill for a moment? Yearning for some stability. On the back end, we have the Five of Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles. That hit me right in my heart when that card came out. To me, it felt like somebody missing someone or something in a very big way, whether it's a person, whether it's a family unit, whether it's a home. But another vibe I was getting here, aside from that solidarity, there could be someone on a quest saying, you know what, I don't care how tough it is or how painful it is. I'm going to go for what I want. I'm going to go for my happy ending one way or another. So Gemini, please take a screenshot of that. I'm going to get you a shadow card now. I mean, interesting spread. There were some positives, but there are absolutely some things to contend with in this week's reading. So shuffle it up one time and see what's in the shadows for Gemini. Guides and spirit team. And I always like to pull this card at the very end. I feel like it's a nice introspective thing to do. So let's see what we have in the shadows for Gemini. Whether it's something within yourself, whether it's something you don't quite see, maybe it links in with what we got going on in the front, who knows? Just take it how it hits. But yeah, let's get a shadow card from a Gemini's, please. Thank you. Wheel of Fortune. This is a really good card to have in the shadows, my friends. One of my favorite cards in the whole deck. And even as a shadow card, there are energies of positivity that are linked to it. But let's talk about some of the possible challenges that the Wheel of Fortune could speak of, especially when it's in the shadows. This is a card that does link into karmic situations. So whether it's karmic lessons, karmic situations with other people where you needed to learn something specific or a lesson, could be represented by this wheel. But it's a big card of change. It's a card of sudden change, circumstances changing, or just life in general. So when we see it as a shadow, maybe some of you just need to hear like, hey, now is just, it's part of the time you're in right now. It was meant to change for a reason. This change, this cycle shift, it was meant to be. Like, whether you believe in fate or you don't, like, that's what I'm picking up here in the back end. But some of you also might need to hear, regardless of the tough things that were going on within the reading itself, when we have a Wheel of Fortune, this is someone's luck changing for the better. So I'm hoping, and I'm putting that energy forth for a lot of Geminis, that if you are going through serious things and tough situations, that your luck does change for the better and you do get a lucky break of some sort, because it is absolutely possible when this card is in the shadows. So my friends, that's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the September subscriber surprise. For the September subscriber surprise, I'll be picking 2 lucky winners to win 2 tarot decks completely at random. It will be a winner's choice. So if you want to get the Gilded Tarot, you could go ahead and do that. If you want the Everyday Witches Tarot, that's your choice as well. Any deck under $40 US will be given away. So if you'd like to get your name in for this one, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments which zodiac signs you get along best with. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you next time.